Last session I given you an overview of what is HTML and versions of HTML. We discussed about some technical details like how the browser engine works, the basic process of browser engine, and we have learned about a concept called DOM. We will detailedly learn this now. So, and we learned that HTML is a collection of what elements? Elements categorized into 5 groups, different groups. And which element needs a end tag, start tag, that process we discussed. We will learn all those elements step by step now. So once we know the process and everything, what kind of elements it contains, now first step here is we need to know. Today we are going to discuss HTML page structure. So structure. So the basic structure of HTML page. So how to design the page, the basic structure of page, what it contains. These things we will see now. So first point, the HTML page. Let's open our project. So our project is this. We created a shopping full stack web application. And here you need to learn, the first point is generally HTML page means HTML static page. Static page will have extension. Static page can have 2 extensions. Will have extension .html or .htm. So if you have to design a static page, static pages usually will have the extension HTML or HTM. The first point here is what is difference? So what is difference between HTML and HTM? There is no difference, both are same. So there is no difference between HTML and HTM, both are same. Then why it is given HTML, HTM? Point is very simple actually. Suppose to design a HTML page, currently we are using an editor called Visual Studio Code. We design HTML pages through that Visual Studio Code. But there are so many softwares from where you can design a web page, HTML page. Majority of you people don't know that we can even use MS Word for designing HTML page. For example, see, I opened MS Word. This is MS Word. I typed welcome to HTML. So it is a markup language. And here I am using this some bold, some color. So here some text, italic, some effects I am defining there. Now I designed a simple MS Word document and I am going to file and save. Generally, I am saving on my desktop. This is a Word document here. You see, I given the file name. I am giving the file name. For this, I will give the file name as some welcome. Welcome is the file name. And generally, MS Word documents are saved with extension docx. But see here, save as type, I can select as web page. That means directly I can design a web page with MS Word. So the point here is now this design will be saved in a HTML file. It will write all the logic, whatever required for that. So that means there are so many softwares which are used in web development for designing pages. We can even design a web page with PowerPoint. We can design with Excel, right? In that case, now what happens is these softwares, when they save into web page, they follow certain standards. Actually, I hope you know in computer programming, I hope majority you people know in basic computer operating, file name comprises of two parts. When you give a name for file, it contains two parts, primary name and secondary name, or people call as extension name. Extension, people call as extension. As per the standards of operating system, primary name can be maximum 8 characters and extension name can be up to 3 characters, maximum 3 characters. That is the standards. But these days operating system supports any lengthy names. You can write any lengthy names, any lengthy extensions. But some softwares still follow the standards. That means when you give a name for a file and it has to take some extensions as per standards, it will give. Many softwares follow these standards. Then in that case, as per the standards, if it has to follow, then extension cannot be HTML. Extension cannot be HTML because as per the standards, the extension 3 characters only it can be. Then it will stop at HTML. Not every software, not every software, only few. That means there is no difference. Actually, you have photos. Their extension will be JPEG, but they will be JPG also. Both are same. Both are same type. Only the point is from the software which you are publishing this, according to that software, extension will be wrapped in 3 characters. Some softwares will keep complete extension. In that case, so both files are same. There is no difference. Only the point is as per the standard, they given 3 characters. So, but generally when you create a HTML page, you can give complete extension dot HTML. But observe here now, I am saving as web page. I saved it and close. I saved on desktop. Let me open desktop. On my desktop, I have welcome page. Open this welcome page. You can see that same everything I designed came and see the extension. It is .html. It is not HTML. L is not there. It is missing. But it is a HTML page only. So like that, general websites also will be there. I hope you have seen when I open tutorialpoint.com, tutorialpoint.com, their index page is HTML. It's not HTML. That depends on which software they are using for design, right? That means now which one you will recommend. So we will recommend use HTML. If I use HTML, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Your wish. You keep HTML or HTML. That means there is no difference between these two. So if anybody asked a question, what is difference between HTML and HTML? The answer is so no difference. There is no difference. There is no difference. Technically both are same. then why we get HTM as extension? That depends on software which is publishing the page, right? And in our Visual Studio Code, we add files manually. When you add files manually, you can give complete name. So which one is recommended? HTML is recommended. You can use that. So how to add a HTML page? Already we done that. So how we can add a HTML page? So I will go here. Yes. So let's go to the folder. We have the folder called public. Now in the public folder, we are adding a new file. So what is the file? I given the file name as index.html. You can use HTML or you can use HTML. Okay, that is first point. That means a web page we are creating, the first step, it should have extension HTML or HTML. Okay, second point, every HTML page, a static page starts with document declaration. Static page starts with document declaration. A page starts with document declaration. Page contains document declaration. What is this document declaration? So page must start with document declaration. Yesterday, I told you a situation. Actually, if you remembered yesterday given you, we have browser. We have different types of browsers. And if you remembered yesterday's concept, I given you some examples, names for browsers. Browser have browser engines. Na? We will have a browser engine. Different browser engines will be there. And very important is every browser engine again contains so many things inside it. Every browser engine contains lot of things inside it. In that there will be a parser. Browser engine contains a parser. Parser is a translator. Parser is a translator. Now, actually, the browser engines have a translator which is responsible for translating everything. And this parser comprises of actually, this parser is categorized into two types. We have a legacy parser. We have a modern parser. We have a legacy parser and modern parser. Legacy parser can understand HTML4 and modern parser can understand HTML5. Now current browser engines maintain both parsers. They maintain a HTML4 parser and 5. Means they have legacy parser as well as modern parser. Yesterday I showed you how browser engine works. The order you have seen. Bytes to characters, characters to tokens, tokens to elements to dom to layout, layout to render, render to paint. Right? That's the process we learned how browser engine works. Now two types of parsers are there. Now generally what happens is engine by default uses a legacy parser. That means by default engine uses a legacy parser. It will use this HTML4 parser. Because it supports both, it will use the older one first. By default, it uses older one. Now what happens is you designed a HTML page. You designed a HTML page. When you designed a HTML page, in that HTML page, we are using all version 5 related features. That means in this HTML page, we are using all HTML5 related features. In that case, when this page is sent to the engine, we have to tell the parser which version of HTML we are using. If we don't tell the parser which version of HTML it is using, it will use the legacy parser. Due to that, the new features you added, it can't understand and it cannot present in the same way. That means it may miss certain contents and it cannot present in a proper way. That is the reason now we have to tell, you have to tell the engine about which version of HTML you are using. So actually version related information is defined by using document declaration. And document declaration is written like this: doc type HTML. This is called document declaration. And this is a document declaration for HTML5. That means this tells the engine that the page is designed in HTML5. The page is designed in HTML5. Then engine can use HTML5 parser. If you haven't written doc type HTML, then it means it is older version of HTML. It is older version of HTML means what is the older version? Yesterday we learned 4 or 5. Older version is 4, the new version is 5. If there is no document declaration at the top, that means it is HTML4. HTML5 introduced this document declaration to tell the parser that I am new version, that the page is designed in new version. That's the reason. Observe, actually, if you see here clearly, we are writing like this. We are writing like this. This is a token. Am I right? Token means tag. It is a tag, and this indicates not a token. That indicates not a token. That means it is not a tag. Then what it is? It is not a tag. It is a this symbol indicates not. This indicates not. That is not a token. Then what it is? It is a declaration. To whom you are declaring, to whom you are telling, to the parser, to the browser parser, we are telling that it is which version of HTML5. That means that is the reason the doc type HTML. So this is exclamation. And here we can write capitalization doesn't matter. As per the standards of HTML, always use only lowercase. Entire HTML as per the standards of web, you have to use HTML, everything inside lowercase. Even you use capitalist, that doesn't matter, but recommended to use lowercase. That means we write doc type what? HTML. This is how we write document declaration. This is to tell the engine that we are using HTML5. Is it a tag? It is not a tag. Then what it is? It is a declaration. It is a declaration. So that is document declaration. So static page starts with document declaration doc type HTML. What it tells? It defines that we are using HTML which version? 5. It defines that we are using HTML5. So as per the standards, we need to do this. That means when you see a web page, you can tell is it in HTML5 or 4. That means, for example, you see here, let's open Google. So let's open Google and right click on the page and open inspect. It opens developer tools. These are developer tools. In the developer tools, you can see here we have elements category. In that doc type HTML is there. That means these people are using, Google people are using HTML5. If there is no doc type HTML at the top, that means it is older version of HTML. Older version of HTML. So what happens here is so many issues will come if you don't tell the version. For example, just sample I will show you. Suppose I am writing here some date. Input type is equal to date. I showed this. See, suppose you can observe here, this page contains, this is a browser. This page contains a date picker. I can select a date. I can select a date. But the code I written belongs to HTML5. This date is not there in old version of HTML. In HTML4, we don't have this date. Then my browser is using HTML5, means advanced browser. Let's take an old browser. In my computer, I have an old browser, Internet Explorer. You know that Internet Explorer is currently outdated. So it is eliminated actually. That means deprecated, no longer HTML Internet Explorer. See, in Internet Explorer, I am opening the same page. And you see here the date picker not there. You can see there the date picker is not there. You can see the date picker is not there. It is just a text box. It is just a text box. But in you can see that is just a text box. It is just a text box, right? Now the point here is, so when you go to Edge browser, I'm using another browser, Edge. In that date calendar is there. That means in one browser it is working, in another browser it is not working. Compatibility issues will come. That is the reason it is very important to tell which version of HTML you are using. So that is defined by using document declaration. So I hope everyone is clear with this, right? So HTML page starts with document declaration. That is doc type HTML. Okay, next, HTML page contains, after declaration, page must contain document scope. Page must contain document scope. Page must contain document scope. Document scope is defined by using HTML. This is document scope. Page must contain document scope. Document scope is designed by using HTML. Why you need this document scope? That means what is the necessity of this document scope? That means why we need this document scope. Concept is very simple. Actually, if anybody asked a question like, if anyone asks a question like, can I display multiple documents in browser? For example, we have browser. We have a browser. So suppose we have a browser. Now, if anyone asks like, I have two documents, one HTML document, so another HTML document, two documents. Can we display two documents at a time in a browser? You can display two documents at a time in a browser. There is no problem. But unfortunately, what happens is browser merges these documents and keeps as one body. That's good. Okay. For people who are watching it, that is okay. But for developer, it is difficult now. Why? Because for a developer, if he doesn't know the scope of every document, he cannot handle the document. So browser will merge the document. For example, see now here. Suppose I am writing a document scope. This is document 1. I am writing another document. So that is document 2. Now I am displaying in the browser, open in the server. You can see both are displayed. Observe carefully, right click, go to inspect. When we go to inspect in elements, you can observe that in the elements, both documents are merged into one body. Both documents are merged into one body. That means, so it is not actually this belongs to another document. This belongs to another document. For a developer, this separation is important because I need to handle certain elements in one document, another element in another document. In that case, As a developer, we need a scope of every document, where it starts, where it ends. For a person who is watching, he doesn't needs that. So that means it's very important to tell the scope, where it starts, where it ends. So that is defined by using document scope. Document scope indicates where your HTML document starts and where it ends. Without scope also it will work, no problem. There can be multiple scopes of document in a page, but it is very important for developer to understand the scope of every document, which is defined by using this document scope. So that we have to do by using this. I'm currently using only one document scope. So document scope is defined by using HTML, right? So page must have two important things. We start with document declaration, and we have a document scope. Now, another important point is that once you define document scope, another important point you have to know is a document, a document can can display a document can display contents belonging to various regional languages. A document a document can display contents belonging to various regional languages. For example, see here. Suppose here I am writing offer. So 50% offer, 50% sale. So and ends on. I am writing like 02 and 08 2022. Now it is which month, which day? Which month, which day it is? Is it February 8 or August 2nd? How do you say that? This is confusion. That means now the browser engines should also know which regional language you are using in the document. Otherwise, they are confused in displaying certain values like dates, numbers, currencies. That is the reason it is very important to tell the browser engine which language you are using for document. That we have to define, that you have to define by using an attribute inside HTML document, language, LANG, language. Language is an attribute. Language is an attribute which tells which language this document is using. Language is English only. It can be English, it can be German, Korean, Chinese, Arabic, so many. Even it can be our regional languages, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, everything. Now the point here is we have to define like this, EN and IN. This indicates that English India. English India. I will give you a list of various languages in the later levels. We will learn about that. As of now, we need to understand what is the importance of this. Now, the point here is if I give English India, or I give English US, or I give English GB, Britain. So that means if I give English India and I write this sentence now what it is? I give English India and what it is? As per India, what it is? 2nd August 22, right? So if it is English US, it will be February 8, 2022, because their format of dates will be changing. That is important. So that is very important to tell which language you are using. You can see this also. For example, observe here. Suppose I am opening Amazon.com. This is Amazon, not Indian. This is not Amazon Indian. It is Amazon US. So you can see when I go to the source, inspect. When I go to the source here, inspect, and you can see its language is English US. If its language is English US, the document scope language is English US. The important point here is you can see if I select any product, if I select any product and see the price is in dollars. This is not Amazon India, it is Amazon US. Let's go into Amazon.in. Amazon.in. Now let's go to the inspect and see the properties here in the elements. In the elements, it is language English India. That means it's very important for a developer to tell which language is being used in this page so that browser engines can easily understand. Now, very important here, many times already I told you again and again, I am telling you this point, right? The point here is when you are dealing with different, one very important concept you should know is actually many times people come with a point like without writing this also it will work. Why to write? So without writing this also it will work. Why to write? It's simply like, so without helmet also you can drive. Why to wear a helmet? If you don't wear helmet at certain location, somebody will block you, right? Right? Somebody will block you. So a traffic police will block you at some place. That means if you are writing, if you are not designing a website as per standards, web is completely artificial intelligence. So robots, they will spam your website, simply dustbin. Your website goes into dustbin of web. If you don't follow the standards, that means the dustbin of web is called as spam, right? Your website is not a professional, so it is a spam equal to a dustbin. That means your website address is dustbin if you don't design as per the standards. As a developer, we don't take chances. At a real world level development process, we have to follow the standards. You cannot simply come with a point like without that it is working, why to write? That's kind of childish, kiddish, right? And the point here is when you write about the attributes, so we need to define the attributes and its functionalities. Here, what is the concept? Document scope. How do we define the document scope? We define the document scope in this way. How do we define HTML? It needs an attribute. What is it? Language. Language is equal to some English India. Like this, we have to define. Later, in the next levels, you will understand various other languages concepts. See, this is at the beginning. Lot of things are there to discuss. Don't get excited into the topics. You will learn everything, but you need to keep patience because situation based topics we have to learn, right? At one point, you cannot run complete list, right? You need to know this. So first point, document declaration. After that, document scope. And in document scope, it's very important to tell, so which is language you are using. So up to this, everything is fine. Next important is in a HTML page, document scope, every document, every document, every document scope comprises of two sections. Every document contains two sections inside it. So one is head, another one is body. Every document at high level comprises of two sections, head and body. Now, head section is defined. Head section is defined by using head, and body section is defined by using body. What is difference? Why we need these two sections? What is purpose? We will see that. Now, first point here, in the document, we have two sections, head and another section, body. Document contains two sections. What is the purpose of head and body sections? Let's see technically what they are. For this, again, we need to know that here we have a browser, okay, and every browser actually comprises of some memory allocated. That means for every browser, some memory is allocated. Whenever a browser is launched, every browser contains some memory allocated for it. Every app have some memory allocated for it. You open Notepad, WordPad, MS Paint. For every app, certain memory is allocated by operating system. So browser is allocated with some memory, Now what happens is you designed a HTML page. In this HTML page, two types of contents are there. So we have content 1, so content 2. Content 1 is in suppose head section. That means it is head. And content 2, it is in body. Now, concept here is nothing but when we design a page and this page is requested on the browser, this page have to load on browser. The page is requested on browser. We requested the page on browser. It should load now. Now, some contents in page should not load onto screen directly. Some contents that we designed in page, they should be loaded into memory of browser and stay. They should be loaded into memory of browser and stay. So that whenever I want, I can access and use them. That means some contents in a page are intended to load into memory of browser and keep in the memory. Whenever we required, we can access and use it. Such contents are defined in head section. That means head section, this whatever content you designed in head section will not directly go into browser. It will go into memory. It will go into memory, and from memory it will come to the browser. And it will not come immediately to the browser. Whenever browser needs it, it can access it. Whenever browser needs it, it can access it. It can access it. It keeps in the browser memory. It keeps in the browser memory. Now, whatever you designed in body, directly goes into this browser. That means engine will directly paint this in the browser. Already yesterday we learned painting. That means rendering. Layout is rendered. Painting. That means it is painted directly into the browser. That means as a developer, what you have to keep in head section? As a developer, what you have to keep in the head section? In the head section, we keep the contents which are not displayed immediately on the page, which are loaded into memory, kept in the memory. From the memory, whenever browser wants, it can use it. It can use it. Such contents are kept in head section. If you want any content to directly go on to the browser and display on browser, then we design in body. Now, sometimes people ask this question like, so can I keep the contents which are designed in head section? Can I keep them in body also? You can, but you are wasting the time. You are affecting the performance of page. Unnecessarily, you are loading some content into page which is not required. That means what we write in head section, we can write in body also. That means what I can do, this content, I can write in body also. Then what happens at the time of loading, it will load. But you are not using it. Why you are loading if you are not using it? That means on web, performance issues will be there. In real time environment, developers first concentrate on performance. On internet, when you develop a website and that website is not loading fast, nobody will visit second time, right? That means business is affected due to performance issues, affected due to performance issues. So that means you see, for example, you are trying to place an order on Amazon and one product on Amazon, and that Amazon is not loading, or at certain place, at the payment place, it is taking time, it is not loading, it's not happening. Then you will not wait for that product, you will go to Flipkart. If the price is same, offer is same, then you will go to Flipkart. You will not stick to Amazon. That means Amazon lost its business because it is slow, right? That means like that. I am giving one example. That means you might have heard already that Facebook stopped its WhatsApp for 4 hours few months back, and the CEO of Facebook from top position, world richest person, he shifted 4 places down. In 4 hours, 4 places down. That means thousands of crores loss. Just matter of 4 hours not working. 4 hours, WhatsApp not working. He became the fourth richest person from first. That means internet business is very huge, and you are responsible for so many things as a developer. That is the reason in real world companies, they can't tolerate if you are not capable of doing their resolving their issues. They simply kick out. Web developers responsibility, keep performance. That means we should always think about performance. So based on that, we need to design. So the point here is, now what kind of content you can keep like that in head section? Usually, typically, what is the purpose of head section? Head section. What is the purpose of head section? Head section, it comprises of content which is intended to load into browser memory. Understood? Intended to load into browser memory. Intention to load into browser memory. Actually, HTML section usually comprises of one, it contains title, another it contains link, another it contains meta, another it contains script, another it contains style. These are regularly seen contents in head. That means in a HTML head section, usually we keep all these. What are these? We will see now. Usually we keep all these: title, link, script, style. For example, I am writing here. So for example, I am writing some style. Some heading, some back border is 2 pixels solid, some red, something like this. Now, very important is the intention of this. The intention of this here, you can see, for example, I am adding, don't worry about what code I am writing, right? Heading, head, okay, heading, okay. And here we have some heading. So we are having some heading, welcome. Now observe carefully here what we are doing here. I will run this. So 1 second, all these for online people, I will copy this previous videos. For offline people, tomorrow I will give you an QR code. You can scan that QR code. You will get the previous videos, right? Previous class related videos. Tomorrow I will give you that QR code. Okay. If you missed them, if you missed the previous sessions, right? So here, see, now very important is in the page, in the page, in the page, you can see in the page there is a heading, but the effects are not applied. Effects are not applied. They are loaded in memory and kept. They are not applied. That means these effects are not applied. Then we have to access them. So we will access some heading and we can apply whenever we want. It will apply. That means the intention of head section is to keep in memory. Whenever we want, we can access and use it. That is the intention of head section. Head section. So many things will be there. We will see one by one how we can handle. You don't need to worry about this code first. So what is the purpose of head section? The purpose of head section is to keep the contents which need to load into memory of browser. And what kind of content usually it contains? It contains information like title, link, meta, script, and style. What are these? We will see. First important, title. Title actually, the concept of title is title contains text to display in browser title bar. It contains the text to display in browser title bar. Not only that, title is also used in bookmarks. What is the purpose of title in head section? For example, see now, I'm designing an index page. This is index.html. I am running this. Open with server. It runs and you observe here. So actually, this is the browser title bar. This is the browser title bar and it contains the path. Whatever path is there, it is present there. I don't want this path as title. I want a proper title here. I want a proper title here. Then what I can do is I can go here and I can write a title in head section. And I will simply say that some Amazon and India, something like this. Now automatically, so after saving this, you can see the title is displayed here. The title is displayed here. So that is displayed here. Not only here, suppose I am bookmarking the page. You know that pages are bookmarked here. So you know the pages are bookmarked here. This is bookmarking. Then what I will do is I will click on that bookmark. The title will be used here. The title will be used here. The title is being used here. That means what title you defined that will be used in bookmarks. The title will be used in bookmarks. The title will be used in bookmarks. So what is the purpose of title? To display the title of the page whenever the page opens. Second, use that title in the bookmarks so that next time people can access it from the bookmark by seeing the title. So the purpose of title is this. So it contains title to display and it is also used in bookmarks. Now example here, that means we write like this. In head section, we will define title. And suppose I return some Amazon, so India, like this. And title close and head section close. This is how we define title. Now, very important here is when you are configuring these in the head section, I just given this list of 5. That is not order of 5. That means in head section, which one will come first? Anything you can write. In head section, you can start with style. You can start with link. You can start with meta. This is not order for contents in head section. These are contents in head section. You can write anything anywhere. But these all kept in head section. Which one your wish? Where your wish? In head section, keep them. That means there is no order dependency in this. There is no order dependency of using these elements in head section. So you can keep anything anywhere. That means you can define anything anywhere. This is one important title in head section title. Next important in the head section, we have a link. Actually, what is the purpose of link in head section is link. Actually, it is used to link external file to web page. Some external file you can link to web page, and external file can be a shortcut icon or style sheet. It can be a style sheet. These two you can link, a shortcut icon or a style sheet. What is style sheet? CSS you will learn style sheet. Shortcut icon, very common. You can see that. For example, when we open, actually this shortcut icon is also called as fav icon. We call as fav icon, favorite icon. Shortcut icons are often called as favorite icons. For example, suppose I opened here Amazon. When I opened Amazon, you can see this is Amazon title. This is Amazon title. And this is Amazon shortcut icon. This also you can design. This is shortcut icon. That means now head section contains a title and a shortcut icon. Shortcut icon. Now, how to design this shortcut icon? Let's see how we can design this shortcut icon. We will see that. So for example, now see, to design the shortcut icon, we have to follow certain standards. I will show an example how we can creating a shortcut icon. Shortcut icon. So how to create a shortcut icon, we will see. To create shortcut icon, some rules are important. First important point, you should know that shortcut icon, we call it as fav icon actually, right? Fav icon must have extension .ico. ICO is the extension for icons. Generally, again, and I am saying that, right? Some people come like, sir, I am using JPG, it is working. I am using PNG, it is working. I don't care if it is working. We don't care. If it is working, why you are telling me? So as per the standards, we cannot put a JPG, PNG, right? As favorite icon. Because if you do that, some browsers can't understand and ignore them. That means you are designing something which is not suitable for everyone. Then that is rubbish. That is not standard coding. So that means we don't care about whether alternative working or not. So we have to write as per standard. As per standard, every favorite icon must have extension .ico. Another important point is favorite icon, fav icon must be between 16 into 16 or and 32 into 32 pixel size. Favorite icon must be 16 into 16, 32 into 32 pixel size. Because some people come with a complaint that, sir, I am placing my photo, it's not working. It will not work because your photo is very huge. So you make sure that the icon you are placing, because see, you must have a general sense, right? That means here, how much place is there for image? That means for shortcut icon, how much place is there? Only this much place, right? Now you have your photo taken from a camera or mobile and you are uploading there and saying not working. Obviously it will not work. Why? Because that size is how much? Very small, right? You have to design as per that size correctly. That size can be from 16 pixel to 32 pixel, correct fit for the favorite icons. That means now when you design, you have to design with that size. How? Let's do this. Means how to create a favorite icon. What you do is, first step, go to your project, This is your project file explorer. Our index page is present in public. Now what you have to do is in public folder, you click there. In the public folder, you click here, create a new file. In the public folder, create a new file. Give the file name as favicon.ico. That is the extension. And file name can be anything. File name can be anything, but as per the standards, every website will have only one fav icon. Its name will be fav icon. Why? Because many times people ask like, can I have multiple fav icons? Why you will have? Your company will have multiple logos registered, right? Usually company will have say a single logo registered, copyrights that you will upload. If you have several branches, that means like Reliance Digital, like Reliance Fresh or Reliance Trends, different, then in different domains you will use different icons, right? That means Reliance Trends website, all pages will have trends icon only, right? It will not have one page Reliance Fresh icon, second page digital icon. It will not have like that. That means you can have multiple favorite icons, but it is not good. It's not completely sense, right? That you cannot place several favorite icons for pages. Usually website will follow only one favorite icon. Now we designed it, means remember we just added it. We just added a favorite icon, but we haven't designed icon. Icon is currently not designed. It's empty. We just added a file called fav icon. How to design? To design a favorite icon, you need some photo editing software. Photo editing software. Professionally in real-time projects, we have special DTP people. Their job is images, photos, editing and all. We generally design logos in a software called CorelDRAW, Illustrator, Photoshop. These are the softwares used in web designs. But for that is not the job of web designers. That is the job of DTP operators. That means our people have DTP operators. For example, see, suppose one point is here. So nareshit.com, we open Naresh IT website. In this Naresh IT website, suppose you see this website is designed by a web developer, but this banner is not designed by him. This banner is not designed by him. For example, you go to Amazon now. In Amazon, you see this is banner. These are banners. Na? What do you think? A web designer designed this banner? No, that is not his job. That is not his job. This type of banner, to design this type of banner, you need a good knowledge of Photoshop like software. That means our companies will have DTP operators, our developers, according to client requirements, design banners and give to developers. Developers will upload and put there. That's it. Our responsibility is not designing this photo. Our responsibility is to just keep the photo there, right? That means we will not call the models and take photo and mix it up and upload there and all. That cannot happen. You are web developer. Right now, web development means if you have to design like these banners, you need to be a photographer, you need to be a photo editing specialist. That cannot happen. The special roles will be there for that. So you have to just upload the pictures given by them, right? That means our Photoshop people, our DTP people will take care of logo editing, because they need to be very careful in company logos, because colors, their icons registered, they are registered as per registered logos, they have to design them. So as of now, we will use any photo editing software. We will use MS Paint. MS Paint, through simple icons we can create. Let's open this file in MS Paint. Open this file in MS Paint. How to open in MS Paint? Right click on the file, open in Explorer first, reveal in Explorer. There will be an option reveal in Explorer. Open in Explorer. This is the file location. Now you can see here, this is favorite icon. Now right click on favorite icon and select. You can right click open with paint. That means it will open in MS Paint. But it is empty currently. See the page size. Currently, how much page size it is? Currently, the page size is 1800 pixels. This is not good for favorite icons. Huh? That means now what I have to do is first I need to reduce this page size. That means this white space size. I am reducing the size like this. From corner, you can adjust it. I will reduce this size. Let's keep how much it is coming, right? Little bit, fine. That is okay. 32, 33. Okay, this is fine. That means I have designed 30 to 30 pixels. Between 16 to 32, anything is very good. Very good. If you take large also will come, but you can't see. Image will be there applied, but you can't see because how it can show? It will blur that because small area will be there. You can't see the image. So we will design in this now. Okay, 30 into 30 I designed, but designing is difficult. Let me zoom this. I will zoom it large, and here I will just put a very simple structure. Let's keep design like this. That means I will take a thin line and let's take a rectangle. Yes. And I am drawing like this. This is maximum thin. Okay. I will keep like this. And after that, I will just write small text inside it. But text is the word A. That's very large. I will change font size to small. And you can see the text I typed here A. Yeah. That's like this. I'm using the text is like this. Okay. This is the text I defined. Fine. So, and because I zoomed it, it's a very large size. And suppose I'm just adding a star here. It's, you cannot see that star, right? Just I will put a curved line just for rough sake. I will just use a curved line. And here, let's keep an simple arrow like. Okay. That's fine. A arrow like. Okay. Something roughly I designed. Okay. Now you see here, let's copy this and put it in a some background color and place that here. That's the logo I just defined. Simple. Now I will save this here. I will see actually the original size is 100% zooming. Original size is this one. This is the original size actually image. Okay, I saved this after making the changes. Save this, close. Your favorite icon is ready here. That means you have the favorite icon ready. Favorite icon is ready. That is there. I need to put this icon for the web page. Then how to write the logic? Simple. Here you have to use an element link. Link indicates first is you have to tell what type of file you are linking, because link can link two files, a style sheet or a shortcut icon. Currently, which one we are linking? Shortcut icon. That means you have to use here a attribute relation. Relation indicates what type of file you are linking. The relation of the file that you are linking to HTML page. Relation is used as shortcut icon. That means you have to write shortcut space icon. It's mandatory to write exactly like this. Shortcut, one word, space icon, another word. If you miss, it will not work. The relation should be defined exactly in this way. This is a reserved name, shortcut icon. Next, where is that icon? Which icon to link? We have to define its virtual path. Virtual path is defined with href, means hyper reference. Reference, hyper means we know the word meaning hyper, means beyond. Reference is virtual path, it's reference path. Where is that image path? Image is here only now. What is the name? Fav icon dot what? ICO. That is the favorite icon. We defined it. So that means two proper attributes you have to define. One is relation, another one is href. And again, these attributes don't have any order dependency. You can first write href, then you can write relation. Attributes also don't have any order dependency. You can write first href, then relation. Now it is done. Let's open this page, run in server and see here. And you can see our favorite icon is there. That means we designed the favorite icon here. So that is the favorite icon we created for our page. So we can link the favorite icons. We can configure the favorite icons. For that, we have to use the tag link. So head section contains two options. One is title, another one is link. So these are the two important options in the head section. What I done, the process I will tell you one more time here. First point, so add a new file into public folder. What is the file name? favicon.ico. Okay. After that, what you have to do is right click on file and open in file explorer. After that, again right click on icon file and select open with MS Paint. Right now, there what you have to do is draw your icon with the size some 30 into 30 pixels. You can put 30 to 30 pixel size that. After that, save. Then you have to go to HTML page and link in head section. How do we define that? Head. In head, we have to define title. Title is some Amazon, some India. And here we are using link. Relation is equal to shortcut icon, and href is equal to favicon.ico. So that's how we define the head. That is the process. These all notes related documents, everything tomorrow I will share with you. Tomorrow I will give you a classroom link group